Thank you. It's an honor to be here to address you today. My name is Kristen Boon, and I serve as the Susan-et-Perry Dellelce Dean of the Faculty of Law at the University of Ottawa, the Common Law section. I am grateful for the opportunity to represent the academic community in this important discussion on arbitrary detention and to highlight the role that universities and civil society can play in advancing dialogue and solutions. As an international law scholar, this issue is both professional and personal to me. I had the privilege of serving as an academic in residence at Global Affairs Canada during 2021 and 2022 when this topic first moved onto the department's agenda. It is therefore deeply meaningful to see Canada's leadership in bringing this matter forward. I am pleased to act as a bridge between the Organization of American States and Canadian law faculties. At the University of Ottawa, we are uniquely positioned for this work. As a bilingual, bijural institution teaching both common and civil law in French and in English, we are committed to mobilizing knowledge and convening conversations on pressing global issues. Universities can contribute in concrete ways to both dialogue and norm development. For example, in June 2025, we hosted an event on arbitrary detention that brought together diplomats, government officials, faculty, and students at our renowned Human Rights Center. Panelists included the chair, Professor Charles Jallow, who presented some of the independent panel's reports, findings, and recommendations. And we also heard from a victim of arbitrary detention. The victim's testimony was profoundly moving, I would say bone-chilling, and a stark reminder of the human cost of this practice. The discussion that followed was animated, rigorous, and constructive. Another contribution comes through our course on UN practice, where students prepare research for the repertory of practice of United Nations organs. Under the guidance of a senior international lawyer, students collect state practice and compile reports that directly support the work of the United Nations. Recognizing the value of this initiative, we have recently opened the course to students across Canada to help ensure there is an accurate and comprehensive legislative history. This is another way we ensure that pressing international legal issues reach the classroom and that knowledge generated in the classroom can inform the work of international institutions. In an era of constrained budgets for international organizations, universities and research institutes can fill important gaps by organizing workshops, convening dialogues, and involving civil society actors. These activities not only accelerate teaching and learning, but also broaden implementation. With our highly diverse and international student body, we ensure that knowledge gained in Canada is shared globally as our graduates return home and engage with their own governments and societies. There are areas where further doctrinal clarity may be needed in discussions about arbitrary detention. One concerns the rights of dual nationals. Current ambiguity around access to consular protection for individuals who hold more than one nationality raises important questions. States may wish to consider clarifying whether a second state has the right, or perhaps even the obligation, to invoke consular rights, particularly in cases involving predominant nationality. Law professors work well with legal frameworks and intersections between different areas of law, including diplomatic law, human rights, and international law. And I can assure you that many faculties would be interested in continuing the discussion on this topic. As Dean, I am focused on preparing the next generations of lawyers and policymakers to address these challenges. Our responsibility is to equip students with a deep understanding of the most pressing developments in international law. This discussion on arbitrary detention, the Declaration, and the OAS's role in advancing the issue will be of great interest to them, and I look forward to bringing the insights that I am hearing today back to the classroom. In addition, as President of the Canadian Council of Law Deans, I will be pleased to report on this meeting to other law faculties in Canada. Thank you for the opportunity to join you today. I am here to listen, to contribute, and to ensure that our academic communities continue to support the vital work of addressing arbitrary detention.